Hey guys, it's Raven. So today I kind of thought, why not do a tutorial just focusing on like my highlight contour routine. I am a very oily girl, so things get real greasy in the center real fast. But I still like to be kind of like a soft focus, dewy sort of finish, you know, nice highlighted cheek, whatever, skin popping. Thought I would pop some lashes on, super bold lip, a nice neutral eye, make it kind of like a daytime holiday makeup look, I guess. So yeah, if you want to know more, just keep on watching.
Okay, so I'm going to start with a little bit of this MAC Oil Control Lotion. I absolutely love this lotion. It's great for keeping that shine at bay in the center, kind of like the T-zone like I was saying earlier. It's just a really smooth, like lotiony kind of feel. It does take forever to absorb, so that's why you see me fanning it. Just trying to get to it dried down so it adheres to the skin. And then once that's dried in, I'm going to go on with a little bit of this Benefit Porefessional. This is really great for just like smoothing out and just like minimizing your pores so you have a nice, smooth, flawless canvas to work on top of. Alright, so let me give you guys the oily girl tea. This is a little bit of Airspun Original and banana powder. I love using these two together just to create a barrier between my moisturizer primer and my foundation. I find that this technique helps to keep the oils at bay, provides a more mattified airbrush kind of finish. It increases the longevity of my makeup. You probably have seen like other makeup artists such as Jackie Aina. She does this as well, but this is just one of my favorite techniques. I'm loving this. Next up on the list is going to be this MAC Cosmetics Orange Corrector. This is okay, I would say, for covering dark spots. If you have like hyperpigmentation such as I, all over my chin, on my cheeks, under my eyes, my forehead. It's really great for like warming up and neutralizing those areas just so that when you put your foundation on top it doesn't look mucky or just still have that hyperpigmentation coming through. But I am on the hunt for a little bit of a thicker consistency, I guess. I do prefer something that dries down a little bit better than this, so if you have any recommendations, let me know. I'm just trying to get this as even and smoothed out as possible just to make for easier blending, makes it a lot more seamless. Correctors can be very intense in their foundation, so make sure it's blended out. Yo, I don't know what I was listening to, but obviously it had me turned. And see, now at this point everything's starting to blend together and look the same. For foundation lately, I have been using the black Opal foundation stick in Topaz. This is a really nice, inexpensive drugstore foundation. It gives excellent coverage. You can use it for highlighting, contour, concealing, pretty much whatever your needs are. I use it on my clients. I think the formula is very natural, very skin-like, but you can totally build it up if you want. FYI, to blend out my foundation, I am using a Orange Real Technique sponge and also this MAC 130 Duo Fiber stippling brush. It's so funny that when I first started out, I thought you used to have to have all MAC everything, like from the brushes to the foundation to the eyeshadows. Now there's so many brands out, all these different cute little indie brands and whatnot, and they're really changing the makeup game. It's really exciting to see so many new and different like brushes hit the market, so many different like little sponge applicators and whatnot. So I'm loving the direction that makeup is heading to. For concealer, I'm going to do two things. So for the best coverage and for the best highlight, in my opinion, I like to use two different concealers. One that's closer to my skin tone, maybe like a shade or two lighter. And then I do like a pretty bright concealer as well, which you'll see. I'm just going to use my 195 brush from MAC along with the Toffee Becca Ultimate Coverage Concealing Cream. And I'm pretty generous when I apply it, as you can see. And the way that I blend it out, I use a couple of different methods, as you'll see. Okay, so for the first go around, I pretty much like to use this orange sponge from Real Technique. It's not too bad. I like to get it pretty saturated. I feel like it blends the best that way. I know some people like to just spray theirs with Fix Plus, but I really like to run this one, really all of my beauty blenders, underwater and really saturate them, just making sure that you are very thorough once you're squeezing out the water. That way it's not absorbing so much product and getting so splotchy. It just provides a really creamy skin-like blend. All right, now you're going to see what I'm talking about when I said I'm going to go in with a second concealer. This is the Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade Medium. So it looks really like kind of pale-ish, I guess, on camera, but I promise in person, gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I just kind of like to stipple with this bad boy using the Sephora Airbrush Concealer. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Love this brush. And just blend it out a little bit more thoroughly. I just like to go back over it with that Real Technique sponge just to make sure that there are no harsh lines. Everything looks nice and soft focused, very skin-like. I just want everything to melt in. And then to pop this contour out a little bit, I'm just going to use a little bit of that highlighting shade, the second one, and just kind of carve my cheek out. And to lay down my contour, this is the it's just a dark cool. It's a cream foundation in dark cool from Ulta. It's actually their collection. I think it just blends out really, really easy. I don't have to fuss with it too much. I typically don't cream contour like on an everyday basis. It's just, I just wanted to show you guys I can be versatile, I guess. I'm gonna do some powder stuff later, but I don't know. I just think with oily skin too, like if you're really gonna do it up for the occasion, cream contour, set it with powder, it's not gonna go anywhere. And yeah, I just do a little messy nose contour. I don't know how to contour my nose, and I just blend it out to the best of my ability, but I could really use some help nose contouring, so help us sister out. And yeah, it's a blender. I just kind of push it in. Just push, 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 push. Stipple, stipple, stipple. Push, 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 push. Push it, girl. And this is just a little bit of, I think, NW45 concealer. Literally just threw that on. All right, baking. I'm going to set first. Same concoction. Going to set first. And then I'm going to bake by lightly dabbing this on top. You'll see. Look at that highlight. That is looking delicious. I love it. I love a bright highlight without being over the top, without being overly obnoxious. It's everything. And so here you're going to see me start to actually bake the makeup. I feel like it's best to just kind of push whatever powder it is that you want to use into the skin first. Let it actually set and do its job, and then bake on top. I feel like that's how you get that really tight, smooth, very bright, highlighted, illuminated, lifted effect under the eye that is so popular, especially amongst celebrities. Everything. This is just a little bit of MAC Sun Power bronzer. That's my favorite bronzer. Well, my only one, too. On an angle MAC brush. I think this is the 169. If I'm wrong, sorry, but just use whatever angle brush. My rule of thumb for bronzer would be to just make sure it's well blended and to kind of just sweep it over where the sun would naturally hit. So like the hollows of your cheeks, well, your cheeks in general, your chin, your nose, your forehead, the ears, your neck, your chest, shoulders, if those areas are exposed. Alright, so I came back after doing my eyes, popping on a red lip. I got the baking powder. I'm just about to buff this off with a domed MAC brush. I'm so sorry, I don't remember the name of this one either, but honestly, it's old. I'm sure you guys have things that are very similar to this. But yeah, just buff it off very lightly so it looks nice and airbrushed. This is the Hourglass Radiant Light powder. I love just taking this across the skin. It just gives the most beautiful diffusion between like your highlighter, your bronzer, your powder. It brings life back to the skin. It makes it not so matte, but not super radiant, so it looks oily for oily skin, you know what I mean? So gorgeous, photographs beautifully as well. And this is a little bit of the highlighter from the second Carli Bybel palette. I just mixed both of the gold shades together and just pop that sucker on. And it's actually the same shade that I have on my eyes as well, but I just use my fingertips. And that's it. This is a tapered brush from Morphe. I believe it is the M438. So yeah, that's the final look. This lip is from a company called IGXO in the shade It's Lit, and these lashes are from my girl Amanda Marshall again. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was really fun to record. I hope it was super informative. Well, at least as informative as it possibly could be. And of course, just a little Cinema Secret setting spray. I did not spray it directly just because I already had like lashes and everything on. Sometimes it just gets a little messy when it sprays out. So yeah, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoy. Dance party, hey. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you would like to see more tutorials, just let me know in the comments below. Hit me up, Facebook, IG, Twitter, Tumblr, email, whatever you can find, right? All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. Mwah.